Number 5. The Butcher's Knife. This is the furthest item in the game on our list, as it is located on the Road of Sacrifice. It's number 5 on the list because it does require 24 strength. But it is a great weapon for any muscleheads out there planning to do a strength build. To get the Butcher's Knife, you must follow the road, and once you drop down from a ledge, just stay to the left and there's a little path that leads you down to where he's just chilling. You can push him off the cliff or just hug him and wait for him to sharpen his knife to backstab him with ease. This weapon is amazing in so many ways. Its skill, Sharpen, allows the user to heal on hits. Now keep that in mind when you're fighting this NPC, as Sharpen works the exact same way. And if you don't have the 24 strength right off the bat, dual wield it and you still do solid damage. The attack animations are nice, wide sweeping motions that allow you to wipe out groups of enemies, but may be easy to parry for other enemies. Oh, did I mention the strength gain? Sure, there's no dex gain, but it's not a problem when you have an A-level strength gain. Oh, and when you level it up to 10? It's just an S strength gain. All in all, this is an amazing starting weapon for any strength builds. Number 4.
After you beat the first boss, you'll go left up the hill towards Firelink Shrine. Instead of going through the gate, take a left and follow the walls. You'll see a locked gate at the end of the road, with a man dressed in rags in front of it holding a sword. The Uchigatana. As you probably guessed, it's a katana. It causes bleeding damage, but has low durability. It can be obtained early on in the game near Firelink Shrine. After you kill him, you'll get a katana, some of his clothes, and 2,000 souls. He's a tough opponent. You can try to parry his attacks, dodge them, or kick him into the abyss. If you do the latter, you'll have to reload the game before you get the items. You will have to rest at a bonfire, and the sword will be on the ground where he first appeared, on top of the steps. The Uchigatana causes bleeding in addition to the physical damage it does. The downside is that you'll have to repair it rather frequently. Carrying a few bags of repair powder at all times isn't a bad idea. It starts off with a D dexterity scaling, and it improves as you reinforce it. You'll need at least 16 dexterity and 11 strength to use it. It mostly relies on vertical slashing moves, with a few thrusts and a single horizontal swipe. The vertical slashes are great, mostly because they don't collide with walls, which makes fighting in tight corridors around pillars a lot easier. Although harder to obtain, this is a very solid early game weapon with decent scaling.
Number 3.
The Longbow. The Longbow can be looted from a body near the Hollow Cultists across the bridge to the right of the first bonfire and High Wall of Lothric, in addition to 12 standard arrows. Additional standard arrows can be purchased from Greyrat of the Undead Settlement after he appears in Firelink Shrine, or from the Shrine Handmaid after turning Greyrat's ashes in. The Handmaid will also sell wooden arrows at the start of the game for 5 souls apiece. The Longbow takes 9 strength and 14 dexterity to wield effectively. The Longbow, in my opinion, is one of the most overlooked weapons in Dark Souls 3. The ability to pull targets and aggro enemies from afar has helped in my game a lot, causing less deaths and some great fun picking off opponents. Although it has very little damage, it is a great early on weapon for anyone who wants to take Dark Souls 3 slow and easy.
Number 2. A Riffle Straight sword. This sword is dropped by the Outrider Knight located at the bottom of the elevator shaft in the tower by the Undead Settlement. This guy can be tricky to beat, as he appears to be fast moving and wild, and he can be a bit of a stumbling block for players. That said, if you're having difficulties beating him, you can always cheese him. Just run past him and open the door, make your way through, and rest at the bonfire. He will not follow you through that door, You can turn this into a hit and run situation, or use the area as a space to drink and heal. This Sword of Ice requires 12 strength and 14 dex to wield, and only has a D gain for both. But with upgrades, you can see strength reach a C level. This ice sword is a solid weapon, not just because of its damage and ice attributes, but it has a great wide sweeping attack that lets you take care of multiple enemies quickly. It was a contender for first place, but we'll have to give it to this next one just because of its low attributes to use and high damage. Number 1.
The Deep Battle Axe. You can acquire this decent axe early on in the game and gain a good starting advantage. It can be found close to the start of the second area in the game. The closest bonfire is High Wall of Lothric. As you travel to the High Wall of Lothric, head left towards the Dead Dragon and use the ladder below him. Once you leave the new small prison area, head to the top of the stairs on the left. This is where the active dragon is. He breathes fire and kills anything in front of you. You have to run to the tower underneath him and open the door. At the bottom of this area is where you can find the chest that contains the Deep Battle Axe. The chest is actually a mimic. You have to defeat it in order to collect the axe. This is one of the best, if not the best, starting weapons. What makes it unique is the damage it does. Beside the decent starting 103 physical damage, it also does an additional 103 dark damage. Unfortunately, it does not scale with any attributes and requires at least 12 strength and 8 dexterity to be used efficiently. Its skill Warcry makes it even more powerful as you gain a buff that lets you do more damage. This item has helped me by far the most in my early game with Dark Souls 3.